What's good, everybody? It's when I come back at you on another video. So, this video, the whole premise of this video is going to be the idea of what goes around comes around, right? It's karma. You reap what you sow, right? You've heard these sayings a million times, and the essence of this video is essentially what you do to others, you do onto yourself. Now, this came from a book, and what you guys need to understand is reading books is very powerful because you get to expose yourself to new ideas, and it can be in the form of reading new books. It can be in the form of reading the same book over and over if it's a really good book, right? A self-development book. If you read it over and over and over, you essentially ingrain that information in your mind, that you become that information. So it's actually not a bad thing to read the same material over and over, especially because every time you read it, it's never the same material. Well, the material itself in the book remains exactly the same, right? But it's different because you're different, because you've grown as a person, you have new experiences under your belt. And so each new time you read the book, you're essentially picking up new things that you didn't pick up the previous read, because you've changed and you've grown as a person, right? And so essentially, this concept that I came across, which is not new, but I came across another example explaining why what you do to others, you do onto yourself, right? An example is this, right? Say, for example, you were on an island with someone else, and you've shared this island with this other person for an entire year, and you have a good, relationship with this person. Not necessarily that you're dating, but obviously you have a good friendship with this person, right? That you guys have great conversations, you guys crack jokes all the time, you guys, share the resources that you have on this island. And say, for example, let's just say you receive every couple of months or a couple of weeks, whatever it is, you receive delivery from friends and family. They give you guys books and more resources such as food, water, supplies, right? Everything that you need to maintain on this island, right? So you're just sharing this island with one other person now, and it's been a year. You guys have a great relationship, or friendship, I should say, right? Let's just say out of nowhere you go rogue, right? You crash out and you randomly just slap this person that you're sharing the island with. If that were to happen, then there might be a few consequences that might arise from the situation, right? If you slap this person, either you might get slapped back, right? Or that person may want to take revenge on you and do something to you worse than a slap, right? This person may refuse to share their supplies and their books with you, right? Your relationship is, chances are your relationship won't be the same. And so this person, even if you guys still decide to have conversations here and there, or may still agree to share certain things, the relationship itself may not be the same, right? You may not be able to have the same conversation that you used to have, or the level of comfort that each of you had, and that same exact friendship, how it used to be, it's changed, right? And so because you inflicted harm on someone else, that harm made its way back to you somehow, some way. It didn't have to be physical harm, right? If that person decided to, keep it peaceful and not hit you back, you still experience harm somehow, some way, because your relationship with that person is likely not going to remain the same, right? So this is why what you do to others, you do onto yourself, right? It's no different than life being a mirror, right? Of what you do to other people is what you experience in return, right? And let me use another example, right? If you were to think of your favorite family member or your favorite friend in the world, right? Why is it that they're your favorite? It could be because they're funny, right? They like cracking jokes and you like their sense of humor. It could be that they're very caring, or that they're very thoughtful, that they share a lot with you, right? It could be because they do a lot of favors for you, like they really look out for you, they check in on you, they ask you how you're doing, how you're feeling, they might cook for you, or they might, you know, take trips. It could be because you spent a lot of moments with them, and memories that you guys take a lot of trips together and all that. It could also be because they have the right attitude and the right energy, that they're oftentimes they're smiling, and their energy, like their smile could light up an entire room, and their energy is just so infectious. And that person, you look up to this person because they have qualities that both of you have in common, or qualities that you would love to one day adopt, right? You want to sort of mold yourself like this person, or maybe you guys share a lot of hobbies, right? You Chances are, right, one the reason why that best friend or that favorite family member might be your favorite is likely because of one of those reasons I listed, right? And these are all positive reasons, are all positive things about that person. And so you have a good relationship with that person because of the positivity that they are able to add to your life, right? And so that's why you like them being around. So they're your favorite. That's why you like them being around, because they do all these good things with you and even for you. And so that's why you think so highly of them, right? This is life being a mirror, right? It's you do good things for that person because chances are, because they're your favorite family member or because they're your best friend, right? Chances are you will also be willing to do good things for them in return, right? You don't mind getting them gifts, or you don't mind doing them favors. You don't mind any of these things because you know that they're a great person and they do all these great things for you and add so much value to your life that you're willing to do the same for them, right? This is life being a mirror, right? That person or someone in your life might feel those positive emotions about you because you might be the one to do those nice things to them. And so they're willing to reciprocate those good things back to you because you've been so nice and you've been so kind to them, right? That's why if you want to create and experience wealth, right, ideally you want to help create wealth for other people as well, right? You want to help other people. If you want to win, it's a lot easier for you to win if you help other people win, right? If you help other people get what you want, you'll end up getting in return whatever it is that you want, right? If you want to create value for yourself, you have to in turn then create value for other people. You have to help other people get by or help them improve their lives or get to the next level, right? That's how it all works. A company like Apple is able to be a billion-trillion-dollar company. Why? Because they've provided so much value and so much utility in a device right here known as an iPhone, right? That is pretty much a mini computer in your hand, that a portable mini computer essentially. So people see all the value in it, and so they go and buy the iPhone. And right, Apple was able to create so much value for people all around the world, and so because of that, they're able to be compensated appropriately and grow into this massive company, right? Creating value for other people will create value for yourself. Creating wealth and opportunities for other people will create that for you as well, right? And you don't understand how it's going to make its way back to you, right? You can bless someone somehow, some way, and it may not be that person that will return that blessing back for you. But in general, even if you bless someone, right, chances are you feel good. So your energy is high, you're vibrating positive energy. So that energy somehow, some way is going to make its way back to you, right? But if you bless someone, it may not be that person immediately that might return that blessing back. It could be someone you've never expected or ever anticipated would cross paths with you, and that can be the person to bless you back, right? You can be doing such good work, uplifting other people, helping other people, and then someone you've never expected may come across your work and provide you with an opportunity for all the great things you've been doing to push humanity forward, right? You don't know how it all works. But what I do know, what I do understand about life is that we as humans, each and every person, our purpose here in life for this existence is to experience outrageous joy, That is the goal. That is what we're actively seeking and looking for. So that is the goal for everybody. If each and every moment of our life from now until the rest of our existence, if we could experience joy, we would choose to experience that over any emotion, because that is the best feeling emotion. So we feel our best when we're experiencing joy. So everyone, every moment is actively looking to experience happiness and joy. And so if we can do our part in helping to create that and helping to share that with other people in hopes of them getting there, right, to experience the happiness and the joy, then that is what you will create for yourself, right? Because once again, with these examples, life is all a mirror. What you put out is what you get back in return. And so if you help someone experience joy, you will in turn experience joy yourself. So this is, you've heard all the time with karma, what goes around comes around, what you sow, right? You've heard these things all the time. But of course, with this video is what you do to others, you do onto yourself. So this is why you want to be conscious about how you show up, conscious about your attitude, conscious about the thoughts that you think, conscious about the thoughts, the things that you say, right? Conscious about the actions that you take, because you need to remember that you're coexisting on this planet with other people. And if you can help create joy for someone else, help create value for someone else, help create wealth for someone else, you'll experience that you experience that in your life, and you'll receive that as well in return. So it's the saying, what goes around comes around. That's why you hear all the time people say that life is a mirror, because it all gets reflected back to you, right? The good that you continue doing and delivering is the good that you'll receive, right? Same with the island example, right? You having that good relationship with, or a good friendship with that person on the island for a year, right? That is what allowed you guys to be comfortable with one another and be able to share food, share supplies, share conversations, share everything, and create all these memories. And then the second you decide to stop this person or commit, cause harm to someone else, that is when the harm somehow, some way made its way back to you. So it shouldn't be a surprise that that is how the world functions, right? It's a very orderly world that we live in. So you just want to be aware of what side you're on at all times. So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe, as we are on the road to 1 million subscriber, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.